Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and happy Thanksgiving to those in United States of America. Have a great Thanksgiving. I'm going to come and say hi and good morning to those that are on already, but I just wanted to say good morning to everyone. A day to be thankful, whether you're in United States or whether you're an over-the-road driver in United States. You know what? It is a day to be thankful. Life is not fair. Did I just say that? Yes, I did. Guess what, folks? Life is not fair. It was never meant to be fair. Really. We are not the entitled people. We're not entitled to anything. We got to fight. We got to earn. We got to get out there, and everything we got, I was about to say a trucker brought, but everything you got, you worked for, you earned, and everything else. And it makes you feel good when you work for things. Truck drivers are some of the hardest working people in the world. They leave their families, their friends, their TV and their couch and maybe their beer fridge and man cave to go out and bring crap to everyone. And when I say that, a friend of mine wrote the other day that he looks at friends that have passed and everything that they worked so hard for and fought so hard to get, when they leave this world, is all left behind. They can't take it with them. It's gone. So basically, we have to be thankful. On days like this, we can take the time, whether we're in United States or whether we're Canadians or anywhere in the world, we can, since it's a Thanksgiving someplace, as it is in the United States, we can take this time to be thankful for what we've got, for our friends, our family, our health, and for everything that you earned, that you got. Because what you have, I hope, wasn't just given to you. Some things, that by luck or by the grace of God, you fall into your lap. But most of the time, you earn everything. So remember, when you hear people say life isn't fair, it's not. It wasn't meant to be. Life is not fair. It's a challenge, and it challenges you. And you know what? There were surveys done that the people who are most challenged and most stressed live longer. Maybe that's why my mother is 92 and she's still living right now, folks. She's hanging on. She's at Deer Lodge Hospital going through some physiotherapy. But imagine having a stress like a son like me for 62 years. I'll have to go see her and tell her she needs to thank me for her longevity, because I made her life so tough, myself and my 3 brothers. But no, it's true, folks. So take a minute today, to be thankful. A lot of over-the-road drivers right now, I know I'm thinking of a place that there may be Thanksgiving. I know 63 miles from here, there's a Texas Roadhouse and Golden Corral and that. And should I drive there? It's only an hour. And have myself a Thanksgiving dinner and think about all those that I love and like, our big Canadian Trucking Magazine family, 30,000 strong. And I know, and some people wonder, how come I got a bounce in my step? How come I'm jovial? Words like that. Is it because I'm on drugs? Hookers and blow across the border? No, it's not. It's because I'm high on life. Because the first thing I learned way back when was life was not fair, and I'm not entitled, and anything that I want, any goals I want to set for myself, I'm going to have to earn. I'm going to have to go out there and work for. And it's going to feel good that I worked for it, that it wasn't given it to me. My first car that I owned when I was about 15 years old, I had worked delivering papers and flyers and other things, and I had the money that I bought that car. I paid for my driver's license, and it felt good. No one gave it to me. It wasn't handed to me saying, hey, you're 16, here's a car keys. The only way I could drive and learn to drive is if I bought my own car. Because my father, he worked hard to earn his car, and it was his car. I never drove my father's car. Let me correct myself. I did. There's a joke about that. My father and I both suffer with the same things. Some of my brothers do. I know my brother John did. We had, I think it's called acrophobia, but, and of course it even got worse with me from shooting, probably without muffs and proper ear protection. I got tinnitus in my ear. So when I go to high heights, it gets worse. I get vertigo. But my father, we were going to a wedding in BC when I was 17 years old. And after driving in the mountains for a certain period of time, he pulled over the side and he said, David, drive this car to Vancouver. And he got in the back seat, pulled a blanket over his head and went to sleep. And figured if we're going to die today, it's David's fault, not mine, with the whole family in the car. My mother was sitting in the front seat going, what the heck? It's bad enough. And back in those days, and now we're talking the 1970s, if people remember what the highway number 1 was through to BC, it wasn't the walk in the park it is today. And when I say walk in the park, remember I said life is not easy. We weren't given an easy life. Even now, highway number 1 can be really treacherous, can be really bad. They've cleaned up a lot of it, you know, with the Coca-Cola and stuff like that, which was built after that. But you know what, folks? I'm going to give you a tip, because I love to give tips in the morning. If you're traveling from Vancouver to even Calgary, but Winnipeg or Edmonton, or definitely to Edmonton, but to Winnipeg or Regina or Saskatoon, take the number 5. Take the number 5. I was telling Shauna, my good sister and friend, who I'm thankful for, by the way, and thankful that our paths crossed so many years ago, that when I was in BC and I had a trip to Calgary, and this was with another company a couple of years ago, we left Calgary, and they have trucks all the time going Calgary and Vancouver, because they have like 100 trucks in Calgary. That's what they do. And when I got to Kamloops, I hung a left north on number 5 up towards my favorite friends at some of my favorite stops there. And I got a message. I got a satellite message saying, what are you doing going to Edmonton? You have to go to Calgary. And I sent back a satellite saying that it is only an hour more, I wrote down, to go to Edmonton to Calgary, up number 5, than it is to go the number 1. And basically they wrote back, I don't think so. It's an extra 200 kilometers. Yeah, it is. But it's actually only an hour more and sometimes less. Well, wouldn't that be the luck of the day that there was an accident? And this is during the summer. This isn't even during the winter. There was an accident up by Golden and shut the highway down for 11 hours. And all their other trucks were backed up in Revelstoke, backed up in Golden. And guess what? I arrived in Calgary a day before their other trucks. Because of e-logs and being shut down, I was there a day before their other trucks, because 5 is normally clear and smooth sailing. So keep that in mind. It's not that much more, but the speed limit is 100 kilometers an hour through the number 5. And going to number 1, most of the time it's 80 kilometers, which is a difference. Going to number 5, you only got a couple of towns there that you go through. So therefore you're only slowing down maybe twice, 3 times. And going to number 1, you're going through all those different towns where you're slowing down. It's actually faster. Now, if you're an owner-operator, pay attention, because not only do I tell you about XP3 all the time, but going to number 5 is flat through a valley. So it's less climbs than that. And that's where I learned it as an owner-operator. When Angie and I had our own truck, we'd take the number 5 because the savings in fuel is remarkable. Because when you leave Kamloops, you're flat all the way to Edmonton. When you leave Kamloops and you head through Banff and Golden and Revelstoke and all that, you're climbing, and if you're heavy, man, you're burning fuel. It's hard on your truck. It's hard on you. Remember I said life is not easy? It's not. So let's make life easier. Let's share information and tips such as what I'm saying about, taking number 5, and let's make life a little bit easier. Because remember, please don't fall into this gap that some people, young people these days, are falling into, that they're entitled, that life should be fair, that everything should be given to them, that they should be handed everything on a silver platter. No, I'm thankful I've had to work hard, really hard, for as little and as I have gotten. So, but I am happy. I'm happy. I've got a beautiful wife, awesome wife, a lot better than I am. I don't know why, what drugs she was on when she decided to go with me, but, and 9 beautiful children. I've been gifted with 9 beautiful children, and so far, 8 beautiful grandchildren. I've got great nieces, and I've got, a great family. You know what? Some people can look, and as I say, life isn't fair. Some people can look and say, yeah, my father wasn't a millionaire to give me millions of dollars and stuff like that. I wasn't born to Donald Trump or somebody like that, or the Rothmans or Brothmans or whoever. I was born to a soldier, a warrior who was in World War II, Korea, the Congo, the Middle East. He was a warrior and a person that believed really strongly about honor, dignity, truth. Some things that some people forget about at times. Life is hard when you believe in honor, truth, dignity. And he instilled those in me, and I live by those. That's why I love our page, which is no drama, no hate, but truth and honor. And let me check some comments since I've been yakking here a bit and see what say you. So it starts off with Michael McCarran saying, good morning, sir. Good morning. And thank you for letting me know about that firefighter that lost his life in Saskatchewan. Please slow down, move over. Let's get that message out there, folks. I'll put that video back up again today with Tara Ward saying slow down, move over. Let's share it out. Please share that out. It's not so much for us, but the reach that it hits, because there's 30,000 plus of us, family, on Canadian Trucking Magazine, but our reach, I can show you, I've got verified reach of over 800,000 people we reach with our messages when you share it out and your friends share it out. So I'm going to share that Tara Ward video out, slow down, move over, and please share it on your page and get friends. Say, share this out. Send the message, slow down, move over. We lost a hero, a firefighter. We lose tow truck drivers. We lose truck drivers. We lose everybody. I hope you read the new magazine. And in the new magazine, I talk about AutoSock. And I talk about one of the advantages about having your socks on is if you're pulled over in a chain-up area, which can be like a madhouse because NASCAR drivers go through there. At least they think they're NASCAR drivers by the speeds they go in their trucks. So many drivers have been clipped on the side of the road checking a tire or throwing a set of chains. With the AutoSock, boom, boom, boom. They're on in minutes, and let's go. Let's get back in the truck where we're safe. So, sorry, I got Earl Little, my good friend, another person I'm thankful that our paths cross, and I know you. I love the stories that we share and everything else back from Brandon days, motor days, things like that. Earl, I'm thankful to call you a friend. Thankful I met you, that's for sure. And Hector Morello, all right, and Fartigas. Brad Vanderstein, my brother, up there in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Tri-Service Military Veterans Association of Canada. Hoorah! When we talk about honor and truth, you know, dedication, Tri-Service Military Veterans Association of Canada, my proud brother there, Brad Vanderstein. We got to be there for Remembrance Day, and him and Robin were there, always standing tall for those that have sacrificed everything, and for those that are still sacrificing, that came back with PTSD and many other things. Kevin Hildebrandt's there. Good morning, Kevin. How are you doing, my brother? So glad that we met and our paths crossed. I'm so thankful for so many people here. Rob Cooley for his chili, his cooking, and #1 in Canada. And he's going to take a pretty frickin' marvelous truck, a PFM truck, and drive it here to Nogales. He says, well, you know what? If I can't have coffee with Dave in Winnipeg, I'll just hook a trailer to Nogales and off I'll go. Or something like that. Kevin Hildebrandt, life sure isn't fair, even if you work really hard. Man, Kevin, did I hit it on the hammer with you that life has not been fair to you, and not only because life isn't fair, is because others have not been fair to you. And I'm thankful, and my prayers today, Kevin, is that a path starts getting a lot easier for you to climb, because one thing about it is years from now, when you look back, you're going to say, I fought the odds and I won, and they can't take away my happiness. That's the big thing, folks. Don't let anybody take away your happiness. Don't let a bad day, bad weather, bad anything take away your happiness. Just say to yourself, you know what? This too will be gone, and I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be sitting in Texas Roadhouse having myself a 16-ounce cowboy cut with those delicious buns and a salad and baked potato and those ice roads and a-holes. Ice roads and a-holes go together, and everything else that I just fought to drag a box full of crap for somebody that they don't really need. Well, they do need food and clothing and stuff like that. If that's in there, is worth it. So, and it'll give you a self-purpose. It'll give you self-pride and everything else, because as Kevin says, and as I say, life is not fair. So we can be thankful right now. We're still drawing a breath. Some of us are fighting with some bad diseases, cancer. I hate cancer. Man, I can't stand cancer. That's why we have that cancer fighting convoy each year. Some of my brothers and sisters are fighting with that right now. Life is not fair, but I hope they beat it, and they beat the hell out of it. And they turn around and say, I beat it, I'm happy, I'm still breathing, I'm still alive, and I can eat some turkey today. Lisa says, morning, Dave, safe travels today from Tilbury, Ontario. Angie Baby joined us. Hey, Angie, Cliffy Haliberta, you hunka burn in love. Hunka burn in love. Can I say that to another guy? Yes, of course I can. I can say to another guy, I love you, Cliffy, because there's another brother from another mother of mine who believes in honor and truth and justice, and Tri-Service Military Veterans Association in Canada. And while we're all sitting in our beds warm and comfortable at night with our blankets around us, whether we're in the back of a bunk of a truck or at home in our house or our apartment or wherever we have a cardboard box, as long as we're safe and warm, Cliffy's out there fighting crime and corruption and keeping us safe. His entire lifetime, a life dedicated to us. Thank you, Cliffy. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful I met you, and I'm thankful you were born. It's Thanksgiving. Earl Little, just what I was going to do. We drove our parents crazy. Yes, we did. And Angie Baby says, good morning, babe. And Janice T. Hunter, another person that I'm blessed to have known. And more importantly, I'm blessed to have known a hero, Joe Hunter. Rest in peace, your husband. A man who is a hero not because he's gone, but a hero by the way he lived his life. A soldier, a person that went and started those ministries all across America so that people would not be alone, especially on days like this on Thanksgiving. I bet you it was one of his favorite days that he even gave up fishing for family and friends and people he did not even know. I got the pleasure and the honor to hear his sermons a few times, to break bread with him, to meet him, to listen to him, and to shake his hand and call him friend. Miss him forever? Well, not forever. I'll see him probably sooner than I know. I hope so. I don't know. I've done some pretty bad things in my life, but Janice, blessings to you and your family, and what an honor to know such a great man in your life forever, for eternity. And life is not fair. He's gone far too soon for us, but he's earned it. He's got a nice fishing hole and a nice lake or river and stream, and he's looking down on us today, looking down on his family, saying, man, I sowed some great seeds, a great man. Thanks for joining us, Janice. Appreciate it. And Cliffy says, hi, Ange. Craig Cowan. Hey, Craig, morning in the office, so no volume. Oh, good. I can say mean things about you. I would not say mean things about Craig. I'm happy that I met him. Happy that he's a brother. And he's with PFM. And one of our fleet managers there. And gets us going, gets our loads going and stuff like that. I'm thankful Craig Cowan's there, and some of the paths we crossed throughout our lives, and so happy I spent Remembrance Day with him with Tri-Service Military Veterans Association of Canada. Hoorah! Where William, my son William, played the trumpet. What a great job. He was upset because he can play last post absolutely the best I've heard in my life. I'm not saying that because he's my son. I'm saying it because it's true. But because A, we didn't let him warm up his lips, and B, it was freezing cold out there. It didn't play quite as well as he wanted it to, but it still played a lot better than I've heard before. I'd rather hear a real trumpet than a recording anytime. And my daughter Caitlin, she said the remembrance poem, and my other kids were standing there as well, tall, with my brothers and sisters of Tri-Service Military Veterans that were there either in person or through video. It was awesome. Absolutely awesome. And Angie Baby says, hi, Cliffy, with a big smile on her face. Kelsey says, happy Thanksgiving. And Cliffy Halliburton says, hope all is well with you and the MacKenzie boys. Well, all is well there, Cliffy, because I'm not home causing trouble. I'm out on the road giving Angie some mental break. Remember I said life is not easy, folks? I started that off saying we're not entitled. Life is not easy. Angie knows that. She married me. Maybe her life was easy before that, but being married to me, that poor woman. People, pray for Angie. You gotta pray just to make it today. Wonder how many people know what song that is. And Cliffy Halliburton says, in those days, wasn't highway, it was one path. Basically, it was. You bet you, my brother. And Angie Baby says, things are good here. Me and Caitlin are keeping the boys in line. LOL. I hope your clan is doing well. Oh, talking to Cliffy. Janice T. Hunter says, happy Thanksgiving, Dave. Hope you and your family will have a blessed day. Yes, thank you very much. And back at you, Janice. Thank you for everything. Cliffy says everyone is fine and lacing up for hockey. Yes, they are the famous hockey players, and I love watching their videos. Michael Winland is there. Cliffy says, I know we have to get a party or something on very soon. You bet you. Nancy Hogan is there. Keith Bazin is there. And Nancy says, good morning, Dave. Are broad and waiting to get on a load. Excellent. And Cliffy says, any flashing lights, please slow down. Yes, any flashing lights, and anybody over on the side of the road, slow down, move over. I'm going to share that video out in about a half an hour or so, folks. Is the one with Tara Ward. Watch for it. And she's wearing her daddy's Daryl Ward, rest in peace. What an awesome man. I was thankful I met Daryl and spent all those times at shows and in Winnipeg and eating with Daryl. We're going to share that video. Slow down, move over, because the life you save is somebody who's got a family, who loves them, friends that love them, and you don't want to take that away, and you don't want to have the results of what happens if you just don't slow down, move over. Now, I'm talking to the choir here. I know that, but we need to share it out so the other 800,000 people, when we share it out here, even share this video out because we're talking about it. And Janice says, yes, honor, truth, and dignity will take us a long way. Thanks for sharing, Dave. You betcha it will. And you got to see, man, your whole family is that way. And Chaplain Joe, you know, that the impidity of it, I don't know if that's the right word to, but if we wanted to look up dictionary and look up the words honor, truth, and dignity together in the dictionary, there would be Chaplain Joe Hunter for sure. His picture with a big smile. Keith Basin, good morning. Nancy, haven't got the new magazine. Oh, haven't got the new magazine. It's out there. It's getting out there. And take a look at the web magazine I posted yesterday. I really like it. I think it's awesome. Lots of videos to click on in it. I hope so as well, and I thank you. I keep trying to stay positive. Much love, Dave. Back at you, my brother Kevin. Big hugs. And yes, in the end, you'll beat them. You will, because you have the strength to beat them, and you know you're not entitled. You know life is not fair. You know that there's a goal ahead, and when you reach that goal, you make another one ahead of that and another one ahead of that till you turn back and you look, go, ha, ha, ha. I knew life wasn't fair. That's why I beat it. That's why I'm healthy, wealthy, and wise. We may not be wealthy because we're in trucking, but we're wealthy compared. You know what? Always look at it this way. And my grandmother used to tell me that all the time. We're better off than some, maybe not as good as others, but we're better off than some. So we should be happy where we're at and where we're planning on going, and we'll reach those goals. And you know what? We may set goals we may never ever reach, but man, it is so good trying to get them. And remember, we're not in this alone, folks. A lot of people I meet, a lot of people I've met over the years and that have thought, why me? Why me? Guess what? All of us have problems. Every single one of us have problems. And every one of us think of these problems as being insurmountable. And I'm talking about this because it's Thanksgiving Day. And we got to be thankful for what we got, what we don't have. Because there's a lot of things we don't have and we want. We got to be thankful for what we've got, what we've achieved, what we've earned from this unfair life. And then think about what our goals are and earn those, because we're not entitled. Nobody's going to hand anything to us. We got to work for it. We got to earn it. We got to get there. So today, be thankful. Be thankful. If you're I'm in a 2019 Freightliner truck with a pretty frickin' marvelous company. Man, I got a lot to be thankful. Everybody has sort of seen or heard from Angela there. My goodness, how on earth did I end up with a beautiful, awesome, big-hearted woman like that? Man, I got a lot to be thankful for. And how about those kids of mine? As I say, I've got a lot to be thankful. 9 kids, wow, and 8 grandkids. Well, my mother told me to go out and multiply, and I guess I listened to her. She said I shouldn't have listened so much. Where are we? Good morning, as well said, Dave. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Miguel has joined us. Kevin Bathrick has joined us. Rob Cooley. I'm driving a truck from Hero, LOL. Hey, and that's a nice truck. You're gonna like that, man. I missed that truck already. And Lanny Hunky is watching. Hey, Lanny. Sheldon is watching. And Mark Palude. Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Mark Palude. We're talking Thanksgiving because it's American Thanksgiving, but it's a good thing for people all over to think what they're thankful from. And Mark Palude, I am so thankful that I met you, and thank you for your counsel, your advice, your friendship, and the times we've spent together in the past. And Mark Palude is one person who understands life is not fair. It's what you make of it. And we're talking about that as our theme today, as we're thankful for what we've got. And Mark, everything Mark Palude has worked for, and we're talking Mark Palude XP3, and he still puts into the community, he puts into his family, he puts in for friends. Mark Palude sometimes can't say no, which is the only fault that I see that Mark Palude has. Mark Palude, love you, brother. Tri-Service Military Veterans Association of Canada, hoorah! Proud to be your brother there. And when we talk about truth and honor and dignity and stuff like that, Mark Palude, I think of you. I think of you. And I always look up to you. I got no choice. My entire life, I'll always look up to you because Mark Palude's over 6 feet tall. But also because you're a good man. Good man, Mark Palude. You on this day to be thankful. You've got a lot to be thankful of. All that you earn. Beautiful wife, beautiful family, and possessions. We can thank for our possessions we've got, but really, they're nothing. They're just, our possessions are a moment in time, folks. Because when we die, when we go, which is the way we're all headed, you know, the womb to the tomb, we're not going to live forever. All those toys and shiny objects are gone. They split amongst other people or sold or thrown in the trash. Sometimes some of our most awesome things that we love, they just pull up with a great big bin and they throw all that crap that you've saved and collected in a big bin, and it goes to the garbage dump and it's gone. All our favorite things and stuff like that. So enjoy them now. Enjoy them now. Enjoy the journey. You know, I know we're all trying to get someplace. We're all trying to rush, you know, to the end of our lives. Why? Sit back, enjoy the journey. I talk about that in trucking all the time. So many people don't realize. I'm so actually glad for hours of service, because some people don't realize that we're going to get there. We have to be given a time to get there by hours of service. In that hours of service, if we're in the United States, we can only drive 11 hours. 11 hours, but we're given 14 hours. Why are we given 14 hours? Well, not only, and that's, you know, we're not talking about duty time here. We're talking about with off-duty time, so that we can stop and smell the roses. So you can stop someplace, and I use Texas Roadhouse. They're not paying me for this, but, and up in the Canada, I use the Red Barn Inn, like in Moosomin and places like that, where they've got a lounge. And I like lounges because you can sit there at a lounge, and at Texas Roadhouse at the bar, you don't have to have a wobbly pop or a drink. You can have a coffee or Dr. Pepper or water with a lemon in it and have a meal. And there's people around you socializing. Get the hell out of that truck and socialize. Now you also can stop again, and you have to stop in the United States for half hour to reset. They made you so you had to stop. And they want you to get out of your truck because they know that you need to get out of that truck, because you need to get your brain away from all the roads conditions, the driving, the working so hard, and do a Walmart walk. Walk around Walmart, man. Especially there's some Walmarts in some places that it is better than going to a zoo. Let me tell you, I'm a people watcher. I'm a people watcher. I'm a people watcher. And you go to some Walmarts and you see some of the stuff there, folks. It is absolutely outstanding. I get back in the truck. I phone Angie, says, you won't believe what I just said. The word unbelievable. You know, I didn't use the word unbelievable. I said you won't believe, but people use the word unbelievable. Is there such a word as unbelievable? Because obviously it happened, so it's believable. Obviously people made it happen, so it's believable. And I'm talking about, let's say, a NASCAR race. Joey Logano turns around and he wins NASCAR. Joey Logano, we did that interview with myself and Claire Sinclair, Playboy model, Hugh Hefner's girlfriend. Sorry about that, Hugh. I got to borrow your girlfriend for a few days at the SEMA show and at the racetrack in Las Vegas. But everybody says, unbelievable, Joey Logano won. It's not unbelievable, it's believable. He won. He won. And it was hard work. Life was not fair. Joey Logano set his goals on being a NASCAR champion, and he made it believable. Not unbelievable. Anything that happens isn't unbelievable because it happens. So it's believable. Let's get rid of that word unbelievable. So Joey Logano, congrats. Man, I'm glad we had that interview. It's too bad Claire Sinclair screwed up your name. But things are believable. I'm sitting here, I'm watching the sun come up over the mountains here. And it is so believable, so beautiful, so lucky to be alive that I can sit here today and talk to all my friends and family on Canadian Trucking Magazine and think about all the ones that I see here that are commenting in that I'm so thankful for. My Angie baby there that came on that I'm thankful for. All my beautiful kids and everything else. You know, my house, my possessions, I'm a shooter. I love my guns. I got some nice guns and stuff like that. And Gun lives in our house. And but the most prized, and they aren't possessions, but the most prized things in my life as I go through this life is the people and the events and the things I get to do in life, because those are things I carry with me. I don't need a suitcase or anything else. I carry them with me right here in my heart, with me wherever I go. And they're up here in my mind. I can open up that little storage unit up there, and relive as I'm driving down the road all the great times, all the great meals, all the great conversations. I was talking about Mark Palud and that, and being in Las Vegas with Mark Palud and traveling and the truck shows. We talked about Daryl Ward, rest his peace, and Chaplain Joe Hunter, and all the truck shows I was with him and watching his sermons. It's all here. That on a day that I get to be thankful here in the United States, and I'll find myself something good to eat, of course, I get to open up this little treasure chest up here in my mind and enjoy it. And you too can. Is that a word? You too can. You too can. Life is not fair. Remember I said that? And life may not be fair to you today. But you have that treasure chest up there. Fill it full of great jewelry, great diamonds, great gold. Put treasures up here in that hard drive of yours. And when you need to, open it up and go, I'm not entitled. Life isn't fair, but look at this. Look at these great times. Look at these awesome people. Look at this great family, Canadian Trucking Magazine I belong to, and the adventures and entertainment, and that goofball, Dave MacKenzie, who's willing to be your goofball. I may be a goofball, but I'm your goofball. And try to bring you entertainment, excitement, and energy when life is not fair on this Thanksgiving. Do we see a theme here today that I'm talking about? Life is not fair, but we have so much to be thankful for. And Mark says, thank you, Dave. And Rob Cooley says, are the new booze out yet? Are the new booze, B-O-O-S, out yet? Books. Are the new books out yet? Angie, I've got a bunch here. I didn't leave Angie any. We have to get some. So there's AJ Jacqueline. So AJ, thankful I met you, my brother. Take care. So everyone, that's the message, the massage for today. Have yourself a safe day. have yourself a great day, and have a great day to be thankful for. Maybe share this video out so others can understand that every day you got something to be thankful for. Every day. We may not have what we want, but we can get it. Or at least we can set goals to get it. Because life is not fair. We're not born entitled. We got to work for it. I guess there are some people born entitled. You know, when you think of Her Majesty and Charles and the royal family and the Trump family, but even they have their, what they think is devastating problems in their life, because no one is immune to life not being fair. No one is immune to it. We make life what we make it. And I hope everybody today makes their life a great life, a thankful life, and opens up that hard drive up there and think of the great times and plan on more great times. Plan on it, no matter what the situation is. So have a safe day. Have a great day. Have an awesome day. I'll check later for messages and that. If you weren't up this early in the morning and you didn't catch this, you're watching it later this afternoon. And truckers, people who aren't truckers, be thankful for truckers, because everything we got, they brought. Also think of our law enforcement, our first responders, our veterans, our military that's still in harm's way. Think of our heroes, foreign and domestic, that put on a uniform for us every day. I sure do. I always say thank you for your service. Hey, can I tell a fast story? I was going to tell Mark Matthew this the other day. When we pulled up to the Arizona scale, I shouldn't out who it is, but when we pulled up to that scale, we rolled down our window. Mark was beside me and that. The trooper was there, asked us where we're going, what we're hauling, because they do that at that point of entry. And I told him, and he says, okay. And I thought he was done. I didn't realize he was about to say, pull over and bring your paperwork in, as they do sometimes. Slick will tell you about that, or anybody who's gone through that particular Arizona scale, Earl and that. And I said, thank you for your service. And Mark leaned over and said, yes, thank you for your service, brother. And he went, oh, well, thank you. Okay, have a great day. And off they went. I drove through the same one. It was the same guy. I drove up. He must see thousands of drivers in a month. I know it was only about 3 weeks since I've been through there before, but I drove up and I looked at him and he looked at me and he said, thank you for your service, brother. Have a safe trip and a great day. I went, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for your service. He says, nobody with you today? I says, no, not today. He says, okay, take care. And off we went. And I went, wowzers. He did his research afterwards probably, and he's probably on our Facebook right now. And if you are, thank you for your service. So everybody, I better let you go. You probably got lots to do. Should I just check a couple of more things before I go? I'll just, because Debbie said something. Married to a trucker for 30 years, very thankful. And Debbie, we're thankful for you, because without the better halves for the truckers, knowing that there's a great better half at home, that makes the road so much easier. Thank you so much for being a trucker's wife. It's not easy. Life is not easy. So everyone, tonight, 9 o'clock, I got nothing else to do. You want to join me to chat? Because I would rather hear from you than about you. Because take care, because I really do care. And keep on trucking. All my first responder friends and law enforcement, military, veterans out there, you be safe out there, okay? Have a great day, everybody. Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends out there. And as I say to Angie all the time, we're gone.